How you guys doing? This is John with Rocky Mountain Taxidermy. I'm going to show you guys all proper caping, start to finish, all the way through. I've had a lot of issues this year. You know, guys, they want to save their capes, they end up being short, or they end up having a false cut or something like that that's going to add extra sewing. So I've got this deer hanging here. I'm going to show you guys. So what I've done so far is all I've done is cut the back legs, you know, just kind of got the skinning started. Okay, show you guys all the way around. When you're actually gutting your deer too, you can see, you come up the belly right here where this two piece of cartilage is at right here. That's usually where you want to stop your cut. This guy went a little bit further, but it'll still be okay because when we make this first cut, we'll start up here a little higher. So the cuts we're actually going to make is, if you look basically in between your back leg and your front leg, where that sternum starts is essentially right in the middle of the body. So we're going to end up making a cut from here. We're going to go all the way around him. And then when we come back to here, we're going to end up coming right back out the same spot. We'll make a cut there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make a cut right here from the top of the head, right in between the two antlers. We're going to cut from here all the way right up the spine, and we'll end up meeting our original cut right here. After we do that, we're going to come to his front legs, and right here where this knee joint's at, we're going to cut all the way through here. We're actually going to cut this leg off right here at the knee. We'll do that on both sides because you don't have to even make a cut up anywhere in here. If you leave all these tubed, and you'll see in the video, once we get to that point, it's really easy to get that off from there. So, hope you guys find some value out of this video, and we'll see what it does. Sharp knives usually do help a lot with this. So you'll see we'll come out right there where we started. So that connects from here, goes straight across to there. There's no cuts down in here. So now we're going to come to the back of the head. We're going to get right up underneath that skin. Right out there. So now you'll see this back line cut runs right down the spine, right up into the middle of the head, right in between the antlers. So now we're going to go around, get these front legs off. You can just pop it right through that joint. As long as you find the joint, it pop off nice and easy. Sometimes you miss it just a little bit. You can work it just a little, it'll come right out. Like so. So these cuts, two front legs are off right here. You got a sideline cut all the way around the body, and then right down the spine, right to the back of the head. Those are all the cuts on the hide itself that you're going to need to make before you bring it to your taxidermist. And then all we're going to do, we'll start going through, and I'll end up pulling this back hide off later. I just wanted to show you guys proper caping. When you pull on these hides, you'll see the stress lines where to actually cut. Let's take it right off this carcass. And then I like to put my hand up underneath it and just pull out away from the body. You'll see right where you need to cut. It peels nice and good. And this can also be done, you know, in the field, same way. I mean, it's always nice when you can have them hanging, but the only difference is if you're out in the field and you're trying to do this, is you just got to keep rolling this carcass kind of back and forth on the ground, but it's not too bad. And especially you guys out there hunting elk, all that kind of jazz, it's not too bad. So right there, that's actually the elbow joint on the leg itself. So that's right here. And once you start getting into this armpit, this is where most people make your cuts and have problems. But if you actually follow the shape of that leg down into the hole and you just keep cutting on those stress lines, it'll keep peeling itself right off. We'll go ahead and get started on the other side. You can also always follow and, you know, bring this hide back up and kind of see the shape of the leg and know which direction you need to skin. So when we get to right in here, what's going to happen is the neck just comes down, goes into the neck. And if you look right in here, you can see daylight right there. So there's my finger. That means you're joining and getting right into that leg. So when I go through here, there's our daylight that goes around the leg. Okay? Now, then when we come around this, you got it on both sides. Now we have both legs, we have all the daylight there. Just keep skinning all the way around this leg. Same thing, hitting the tension lines. And you'll end up getting right to where we cut that leg off. So now from here, this whole front leg is tubed You don't have to worry about any kind of false cuts, you know, any extra sewing, any extra charges, anything like that. That comes off, and it's really easy to get into the rest of this neck. If you honestly just keep working side to side, it does itself for you. I don't even really have to cut that much. The blade does all the work. So then from here, you can see where that jaw line starts right there. That's as far down as you need to go. Get this side to match. So there's the jaw right there. From here, all we're gonna do is we're gonna cut his head off. There's a cut right here through the throat. As far as popping these heads, all you have to do is find that actual last neck joint, go into the head. You might have to do a little bit of searching with your knives, but if you have a saw, you can always do it with a saw. That's no big deal. Now right here on the back of the head, you'll see there's a little V. It comes up right here and goes right there. You cut right through that. And that's right there on the atlas where this head attaches to the neck. You can stick your knife right through that hole right there. That's the actual spine. And once you've cut all the way around all this, and you get everything loosened up, I don't know if you guys can see all the way around here. It'll just pop right off. If it doesn't do that, if you actually give this head just a really good twist, it'll come right off. And from here, what I always recommend to my clients, if you take this cape as it's laying here, lay that out. You have one front leg here, one front leg here. If you fold this right in half like that, that keeps these things from drying out. Fold it over, roll that up right to the back of the head, where you have something along those lines. You can pack it out like that. Get it to your taxidermist right away. I always tell people, get them to me as quick as you can, nice and fresh. I also do tell people, if you actually put these in a bag, keep them from air drying. It makes fleshing these hides significantly easier. I hope this helped everybody out, and feel free to reach out with any other questions, anything like that. Good luck and happy hunting.